Good morning, YouTubers. Sunday morning, 7:05 a.m. And if you're watching this, then you're not in church. Well, you can make a later mass also, though. It's me again. And Cindy's here. But Cindy is, come on, you know where Cindy is. Cindy is in the bathroom. That's right, Cindy's in the bathroom. Yes, she is. She's in the bathroom. Cindy and I were just having a discussion about, I guess, I don't know, maybe you want to call it greedy people, I guess. I read this thing on Facebook this morning that this congressman from Virginia is making $174,000 a year, and he's crying the blues. He doesn't have enough money to live on. $174,000 a year, crying with 2 loaves of bread under each arm. Okay, there's people here in Northeast Pennsylvania who are barely making $4,000 a year. And he's crying he has no money.
You have to think where he lives.
Cindy says you have to think where he lives, okay?
It's expensive.
My argument was he writes off a lot of stuff. He writes off his breakfast, his lunch, his dinner. They go there, they have a breakfast in a diner or something. He mentions, well, I'm a congressman, and all of a sudden it becomes a business expense, and he writes it off. Okay? He probably writes off the gas he uses to drive back and forth to work if he doesn't have a chauffeur. And if he has a chauffeur, who pays for the chauffeur? I'm serious. I'm serious about this stuff. This stuff like this bothers me. That you're making that kind of money and you're crying. All right? One guy on Facebook said, well, if you don't like it, get yourself a part-time job to supplement your income. Yeah, that's what you should do. Because how many people in this country have part-time jobs or 2 full-time jobs or 3 full-time jobs just to support their families? Right? Yeah, I can see this guy. He's a congressman, all dressed up, nice suit and tie, and then he's got to get a part-time job doing something that's going to get his hands dirty. God forbid. Give it a break. It's... I don't know. I tell you, I don't know. $174,000 a year, crying the blues. Cindy is yelling in the background there. Well, you don't know what his job description is. The cost of living in Washington and Baltimore are very high, and New Jersey, the cost of living is very high, and Long Island, the cost of living is very high. Well, I did live on Long Island. Yeah, I did live on Long Island. I wish I can go back to Long Island. Cindy lived in Jersey. She wishes she can go back to Jersey, but you can't. Nobody makes that kind of money anymore. Well, we don't. We're retired people. We don't. So you go where the cost of living is less. The guy comes from Virginia. The cost of living in Virginia is less than Washington or Baltimore. Right? That's where he comes from. So, all right, you're a congressman now. You're a congressman for how many years? And then if you don't get voted in, you're out. But you walk away with a nice pension. Maybe 50% of that. So if this guy wants $200,000, if he gets $200,000 a year and he retires or he gets voted out, maybe he walks away with $100,000. And where does he go? He goes back to Virginia. All right, so now they should do it by cost of living. Take away some of that money. Well, maybe, you only need $30,000 to live in Virginia. So take away $70,000. Let them live on that. I think that's it. I think if you take it one step further, then that's it. Because that money stays with you the rest of your life. Oh, which is great. Oh yeah, well, when I was working for the post office, back when I was working, it wasn't great pay at the time. But I'm making my pension is half, but I put the years in. 32 years I put in that. 32 years of hard labor. I wasn't a carrier. I did physical labor. I got half. All right, that's it. I got half. But half, I can't live in New York. I can't live in New Jersey. I can't do that. I can only live. I'm in Northeast Pennsylvania now, and I can only go south. And not even North Carolina, because North Carolina is very expensive. From South Carolina on down, it gets fairly inexpensive. I can do that. But I can't go back to New York. I can't go back to New Jersey. Cindy is, like I said, Cindy is from New Jersey. She would love to go back to New Jersey. You know, high taxes, though. That's the thing, the high taxes. You don't catch a break anywhere. Nobody catches your break. You know what bothers me the most? When you first buy a house, maybe a little while after you're married, and you first buy a house, and then you have children, and your children go to school, and you pay school taxes. That's fine. That's all well and good. That is great. But I think they should have a program that once their children are out of school completely, you know, they finish their grammar school, their middle school, their high school, their college, I think they should have let people apply for a reduction in school taxes. Let's take somebody my age, like 65 years old. If I buy a house now, I have to pay school taxes. All right? But I'm 65 and I have no children in school.
But you have to educate the future.
So why not cut me a break on school taxes? Okay? I'm not saying raise the school taxes of the people who have children in school. I'm a senior citizen. Cut me a break. Half. Okay? Half. All right? Maybe the school taxes are $1,000. Well, for me, make it $500. For senior citizens, not just for me. I don't mean to say me. That sounds very greedy. For senior citizens, no more children in school. Give them a break. Figure out some kind of percentage. Okay? I'm saying half. Maybe knock out a quarter. All right? So, why should they still be paying the high school taxes now when you're on a fixed income? You can't do that anymore. You're retired. You're not getting the same money anymore. You can't do that. But this is what they do. This is what they do. This is why people have no money anymore. They can't. I mean, Cindy and I were talking this morning. I said, you know what? The next time I'm in the supermarket, I'm going to go down the pet food aisle. I'm not going to buy anything. You know, but they advertise those cat food with real fish and real meat and everything. You know, that's, some people are eating that. But, you know, like Cindy will say, well, man, the dogs and cats, with all the stuff they put in there,
And how about mayonnaise? $5.
they eat better than us. Now, Cindy and I were in the supermarket the other day. Jar of mayonnaise, $5. Why is it $5? Why is a jar of mayonnaise? And we're not talking the big jar of mayonnaise. We're talking like the jar in the middle, the medium size, Kraft, whatever the hell it is. $5. Hellman's, $5 for mayonnaise.
$4.99.
Come on. You know what? I'm looking in the paper the other day. I said to Cindy, Cindy bakes. I said, Cindy needs sugar. I said, get sugar. It's a 4-pound bag. It's $1.79. How about when a 5-pound bag was 99 cents?
Me too.
All right. So they lowered the weight and raised the price. As the same with the ice cream. You don't get the full ice cream anymore. Everything got lower, but either the price stayed the same or they lowered the price. Things like this, it gets me. It irks me. I'm telling you, write this off, write that off. What could I write off? What could you write off? You're a regular person. You can't write anything off. What could you do? You can't do anything. You know, especially after you retire. What the hell do you write off? There's nothing. When you're working, you can write off your dry cleaning for suits. If you're a manual laborer, you can write off your work boots and your work clothes. You can do that. But come on. Movie stars walk into a restaurant. Oh, so-and-so is there. Oh, it's on us. Oh, it's on us. You and I walk into a restaurant. Oh, you got to pay for him too. You got to pay for the big movie star. All right, come on. Give me a break. When is it our turn? When is it the little people's turn? When? No, they don't see it that way. The guy who's rich will tell you, "Oh, I'm just like you. Oh, I'm just like you. I'm trying to make a living." Yeah, the guy who owns the restaurant is trying to make a living. Okay, that's all well and good. We're caught between a rock and a hard place here. This guy's trying to make a living. It's true. I'm retired. What do? Turn around and tell this guy, well, if you're going to moan and complain about it, then get out. And then if he's going to say, well, you're going to moan and complain that you're retired, you can't afford anything, then go get a job. So you're just caught between a rock and a hard place here. What are you going to do? There's not much you can do about it. Taxes are never going to come down. The price of food is never going to come down. Nothing is ever going to come down. There's only one way but up. And and when a person is down and out, and they tell them there's only one place to go but up, and that applies to everything. Everything just goes up. Nothing is going to come down. Your supermarkets, your Walmarts, nothing is going to come down. I do want to.
The price of gasoline. That's why.
I want. Yeah, Cindy was just saying because of the price of gasoline. Fine.
Everybody knows that.
Right, you know that. But when did you see the price of food go down? The price of gas came down. You don't. The price stays the same. So now the profit margin just got bigger. I'm going to tell you this real quick before I sign off.
This is a bitch.
And I think every city should do this. And every county in every city. Northeast Pennsylvania has a program for veterans. And they have a discount card where you go in and you show your discount card and you get so much off. They give you a list of places. But not all the places do it. There's a pizza place here. I can get 20% off even if I buy a slice.
Yeah, but it's mostly 10 or 5.
It's mostly 10 or 5%, like Cindy just said. But still, that's good. But do you think they would do that in a big city like New York, New Jersey, California, Chicago? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just taking. But you know what? That's the one good thing about here in Northeast Pennsylvania. And I'm going to tell you, it's Wayne County. Wayne County that does it. They don't do it in Northeast Pennsylvania in Lackawanna County. Wayne County does it. They take care of their veterans. But I think their veterans should be taken care of all over the country.
They don't do it in Lackawanna.
I know they don't do it in Lackawanna because I inquired. They don't do it in Lackawanna County. I inquired in Lackawanna County if they take care of their veterans. They appreciate you. They shake your hands, say thank you for serving. Okay? No. Yeah, but that's about it. Wayne County, it's not a lot, but they give you the percentage. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you something really, really quick before I do sign off. A lot of these places where you get the percentage off, they do it begrudgingly. They don't want to do it. But when you show the card, oh yeah, I go to a dry cleaner, and he's seen my hat many, many times. And you'd think he would say to me, you get your 10% off. No, he didn't. And I purposely went back there one time with something I really didn't need dry cleaned just to show him my card so I can get my 10% off. They don't. No, they see your hat. You'd think they would at least ask you. Some of you out there
Maybe you didn't notice.
Some of you out there are saying, well, you have to show proof. Oh, fine. I'll show proof. Next time I win. I bet you if I had the card, and I didn't show it, I'm going to just sign off. You guys have a good day. Think about all of this I said.